Hey guys, it's JQ Crafty here with you with a design team Confessions of a Paper Addict layout. I was really feeling spring. I really wanted to get into spring. I hope you guys enjoyed the International Scrapbooking Day event, weekend event we had on the Facebook page. If you did not get to enjoy it, make sure you go back. Just check them out. You can see the lives. You can see all the challenges. I think they're going to be open for a while, so make sure you participate. It's going to be, they were very fun. But I wanted to feel spring and thought I would pull out the Polaroids 2 cut file. You get 6 Polaroids. I was kind of laying them on my paper trying to figure out how I wanted to have them out. I think we're going to make a shaker pocket. We just have one photo. I'm also doing this kind of for a challenge for Scraptastic Inspiration Rainbow Challenge. So we're going to do quite a bit of blue, a little bit of monochromatic. We're going to back the things with all the pretty stuff. I'm not sure quite what I'm going to back everything with yet, but let's get started. So I ended up, after I started picking out what I wanted to do and thinking about it, I decided to swap out the white background with this cheap American Crafts loose paper I grabbed from Joann's when they were having a sale earlier this year, and because I really like the newspaper print. And I was thinking, like, all the papers I was going to grab, none of them are stark white. So I thought it would be kind of fun to have more of a lot of patterns. So there ends up being a lot of pattern on here. So I have this, I love this chevron stamp from Pink Fresh Studio. It's like one of my favorite, if I ever need to put chevrons on. And so I'm also kind of getting inspiration. Paper Issues had a Scrap of Sunday. I believe it was in March. Devra, I think, was the original, but I saw Cassie's a lot, and hers, Devra used the stamp as well. And then Cassie's was paper, which was awesome. There were so many good versions of this. So I kind of got inspiration from their Scraplift challenge as well. So props to them, because I always get inspired by that design team too. They're so good. So I'm just taking a bunch of different blues of my Distress Oxides and kind of putting them on it. So it looks kind of mottled. It's not one color. It's got a lot of kind of different variation. And then I'm going to squirt it with a water bottle and then stamp it down. So I end up using Peacock Feathers, Faded Jeans, Salty Ocean, and Mermaid Lagoon, I think. I think that's... Because I have 6 up there, but I didn't use 2 of them. I didn't use Chip Sapphire, and I didn't use Broken China, I'm pretty sure. But I really like the way that looks, and then it actually kind of matches that Craft Consortium paper that I put around it, because that's also like mottled and it's not just solid one color. So I did that, stamped, awesome. So I'm going to start backing my little Polaroid cut files. I'm not going to make you watch me do all of them. This took quite a while, but I just went... Oh, I'm putting my stamp away right now. I guess I could have cut that off. Oh well. But I actually just, you can kind of see peeking out on the very far right side of the screen is some blue scrap paper. So I have this scrap bin. It's like a giant folder. And so I'm going to pull from it just all these different blue patterns and some like more neutrally creamy patterns. Nothing that's stark white. I end up putting a white label on here, but... So I'm going to start with this tulip cut file, or tulip Polaroid, because that's going to be my shaker pocket. So I wanted to start with that. So on the back of this like patina wood grain is a really pretty floral. So it's going to bring some pops of red in as well, so that the whole layout isn't just blue on blue on blue. I'm going to have some pops, little bits of green, little bits of red, little bits of yellow, based on like with what I'm doing. So I'm using that to do the tulips themselves, and then the patina is going to be the leaves on that tulip. And then I'm going to use this chunk of this shimmery, it's a Bella wood paper that's right there next to me. It's a wood grain, but it's shimmery. I love it. It's one of my favorite. And that's going to be the frame for this cut file. So my favorite way to back details of cut files is definitely flip the paper over that I want, flip the cut file over, trace either the inside or the outside, and then trim. And you have to either trim on the inside if you're tracing the outside, or trim on the outside of your lines if you're tracing the inside, so that you have the right shape And then that way you don't have to worry about pencil lines or anything. And that way if you accidentally draw on your cut file, like I do all the time, or you accidentally go crazy with your lines like I do all the time, no one's ever going to see it because it's on the back. So I'm cutting out. I decided to, like, I debated if I wanted to back all the frames, something fill all the frames, and decided I didn't want that. I just wanted them all decorated, but not filled. And unfortunately, too, after this, I didn't realize, and then I started backing all the other cut files for a while. My camera died, so you guys get to see me get out my fuse tool, and you get to see me get out my sequins, but you don't get to see me actually make my shaker pocket. Here you go. See? I'm getting out my sequins. I believe these Spiegelmom scraps let sparks fly because there was a lot of blue, some copper, and some red and some white, and I figured that would be perfect because I'm going to bring in a little bit of reddy pink. There, I'm making my pocket. And I actually just used a sleeve from an ephemera pack, so it was already, and it wasn't one that was like folded over, you know, with the tape stuff that you open. The bottom of it was already like plastic all the way around. It just had an open top, so I just made it to the sides that I wanted. So there's the shaker pocket, and there's all the backed cut files. I put a sequence in the middle of all the flowers, and now I'm gluing them all down. Got a little crazy with the glue. Do I have the, yep, and I tied a little twine on the side of that one on the left, and then I made a little bow with some ribbon on the bottom one on the right. And then I'm just going to sprinkle some of those copper sequins around as well. And there's nothing really super, like, no big story with this photo. It's just my niece, when she started growing, is like one of the first times they had prepped her up. And they used Georgia, their dog, to prep her up. So it was just really cute. So I do talk about that in my journal a little bit. I have that little pretty little studio label. That was blue, so I stuck it over there. But yeah. I really like the way that it looks a little crazy on video, but in real life it's very fun to look at, I think. And then I'm going to find just the chipboard, or did I do that already? No. I'm trying to figure out what my title is going to be, and it ends up not being anything like super huge, and I wasn't sure where I wanted to put it. I really like the idea of having using these one white thickers, but since nothing's really white on here, I figured it would stand out really well, but I couldn't think of anything that I wanted, so I ended up finding in my thicker stash, this one chipboard just says on this day. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will catch you next time. Bye.